Mama!
3 more radios for you, Shelby.
Not now, Tommy. Mama! This nail polish is running way too dark.
Some movies entertain us for a couple of hours and then slowly disappear from memory. Others stay with us for years, becoming part of our lives long after the credits roll. Steel Magnolias is one of those rare films. On the surface, it's a story about friendship, family, laughter, and community. But underneath the humor and charm is a deeply emotional story about courage, sacrifice, grief, and the strength people find when life tests them in unimaginable ways. What makes the film even more fascinating is that many of its most powerful moments were inspired by real events. The story wasn't born inside a Hollywood studio. It came from real heartbreak, real memories, and real people. Behind the scenes, the production was filled with emotional challenges, surprising decisions, strange coincidences, and unforgettable moments that helped transform a simple story into a timeless classic. Today, we're counting down 15 incredible facts about Steel Magnolias that reveal the remarkable story behind one of the most beloved films ever made. Fact number 15. The entire story was written during a period of grief. The journey of Steel Magnolias began with a tragedy. The writer had recently lost his sister after she suffered severe health complications. The loss left him devastated. Like many people facing overwhelming grief, he struggled to find a way to process what had happened. Friends encouraged him to write about his experiences. What began as a personal exercise quickly turned into something much larger. He started writing about the women he had known throughout his life. Strong women who supported each other through every challenge imaginable. Women who laughed together, cried together, and somehow managed to keep moving forward no matter what life threw at them. The writing came quickly. Instead of carefully planning every detail, he simply poured his emotions onto the page. The result was a heartfelt story filled with humor, honesty, and pain. At the time, he never imagined that millions of people would one day experience that story. What started as a way to survive grief eventually became one of the most beloved dramas ever created. Fact number 14. The main character was inspired by a real person. At the heart of the movie is a young woman whose strength, optimism, and determination inspire everyone around her. That character was based on the writer's sister. Despite facing serious medical challenges, she refused to let fear control her life. She wanted to build a future, create a family, and live life on her own terms. Those who knew her often described her as energetic, loving, funny, and incredibly brave. Rather than focusing entirely on the tragedy of her death, the writer chose to celebrate the way she lived. He wanted audiences to see her courage, her humor, and the joy she brought into other people's lives. That decision gave the film its emotional balance. It isn't simply a story about loss. It's a story about life, friendship, and the lasting impact one person can have on everyone around them. Even decades later, audiences continue connecting with the character because she feels authentic, and that's because her inspiration came from a real person. Fact number 13. The story was never meant to become a movie. One of the most surprising facts about Steel Magnolias is that it was never intended to become a major film. The original script was written for deeply personal reasons. There were no dreams of box office success or Hollywood recognition. The writer simply wanted to preserve memories and work through his emotions. After completing the script, he shared it with a few people who immediately recognized how special it was. They encouraged him to let others read it. The response was overwhelmingly positive. People connected with the characters, the humor, and the emotional honesty. Before long, the project began attracting attention far beyond what anyone expected. Eventually, it evolved into a stage production and later a feature film. It's a perfect reminder that some of the most powerful stories aren't created with commercial success in mind. Sometimes the most personal stories end up touching the largest audiences. Fact number 12. Much of the dialogue came from real life. One reason the film feels so genuine is because many conversations were inspired by real people. The writer drew heavily from the women he grew up around. Their personalities, habits, sayings, and sense of humor all found their way into the script. Many of the funniest moments were inspired by actual conversations he remembered from childhood. The women who influenced the story had a unique ability to mix humor with honesty. They could make each other laugh even during the most difficult situations. That combination became one of the film's defining strengths. The characters don't sound like movie characters. They sound like real friends sitting together and talking about life. That authenticity helped audiences connect with the story on a deeper emotional level. People recognized their own mothers, sisters, grandmothers, and friends in these characters, making the film feel personal no matter where viewers came from. Fact number 11. The movie was filmed in the real town that inspired the story. Instead of recreating the setting somewhere else, the filmmakers chose to shoot in the actual Louisiana town that inspired the story. This decision added an incredible level of authenticity. Local homes, churches, businesses, and streets became part of the movie. Residents suddenly found themselves watching film crews transform familiar locations into movie sets. For many people in the town, it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. The production brought excitement and curiosity to the community, while also allowing the filmmakers to capture the atmosphere that had inspired the story in the first place. The town wasn't just a backdrop. It was part of the story's identity. That authenticity helped make the world of Steel Magnolias feel real and lived in. Fact number 10. The town became famous because of the film. After the movie was released, something unexpected happened. Fans began traveling to the filming locations. People wanted to see the places they had watched on screen. They wanted to experience the town's charm for themselves. As word spread, tourism increased dramatically. Locations connected to the movie became attractions, and businesses benefited from the steady stream of visitors. What had once been a quiet southern community suddenly became linked forever to one of the most beloved films of its generation. Even today, many visitors continue making the trip simply because they love the movie. It's amazing to think that one emotional story helped transform an entire town into a destination for film fans from around the world. Fact number 9. Filming took place in brutal summer heat. While the finished movie looks beautiful and comfortable, the reality was very different. Filming took place during the Louisiana summer, and temperatures were often extremely high. Long shooting days became physically exhausting. The cast and crew spent hours working under intense heat while trying to maintain their energy and focus. Everyone had to remain professional despite uncomfortable conditions. The audience never sees that struggle on screen. Instead, they see charming locations, beautiful scenery, and natural performances. But behind every scene was a hard-working crew dealing with challenging weather conditions. Sometimes the best movie magic comes from making difficult circumstances look effortless. Fact number 8. The beauty salon became the heart of the movie. Most films rely on dramatic locations or large-scale action. Steel Magnolias did something completely different. Much of the story takes place inside a beauty salon. At first glance, that might seem like an unusual choice. But the salon becomes the emotional center of the entire story. It's where friendships grow stronger. It's where celebrations begin. It's where secrets are shared. And it's where characters support one another during life's hardest moments. The salon feels real because everyone has a place where they gather with people they trust. For these women, that place happened to be a beauty salon. That simple setting became one of the most memorable locations in movie history. Fact number 7. A joke in the movie became a real wedding trend. One of the film's funniest moments involves an unusual groom's cake. The filmmakers included it as a humorous detail, never expecting it to become famous. Audiences loved it. The cake quickly became one of the most memorable images in the movie. Soon, people began requesting similar cakes for their own weddings. What started as a joke gradually became a real trend. Bakers received requests from couples who wanted their celebrations to include the same unusual design they had seen on screen. It's one of the strangest examples of a fictional idea influencing real-world traditions. Fact number 6. Real medical professionals helped create authenticity. When it came time to recreate the hospital scenes, authenticity was extremely important. The production wanted everything to feel realistic. Medical procedures, equipment, and interactions were carefully presented to reflect reality. This attention to detail helped make some of the movie's most emotional scenes feel genuine. Audiences weren't watching exaggerated Hollywood drama. They were watching moments grounded in reality. That realism made the emotional impact even stronger and helped those scenes remain unforgettable decades later. Fact number 5. Some of the emotional scenes were difficult for everyone involved. Several scenes in the movie dealt directly with loss and heartbreak. Because the story was inspired by real events, those moments carried extra emotional weight. Many people involved in the production understood the true story behind the script. That knowledge created a unique atmosphere during filming. These weren't just dramatic scenes. They represented real experiences and real emotions. The result was a level of sincerity that audiences could immediately feel. Sometimes the most powerful performances happen when people connect deeply with the material they're bringing to life. Fact number 4. The film continues finding new audiences. Most movies eventually become products of their era. Steel Magnolias has somehow avoided that fate. New viewers continue discovering the story every year. Many are surprised by how modern and relatable it still feels. The reason is simple. The film focuses on universal experiences. Friendship, family, love, loss, resilience. These are emotions that never become outdated. As long as people experience these feelings, the story will continue connecting with audiences around the world. Fact number 3. It proves small stories can be powerful. Hollywood often focuses on huge events and spectacular action. This movie proves that a small story can have just as much impact. The plot isn't about saving the world. It's about ordinary people dealing with everyday struggles. Yet those struggles feel meaningful because they're real. The characters face challenges audiences understand. That emotional honesty allows the story to resonate in a way many larger productions never achieve. Sometimes the most powerful stories aren't the biggest ones. They're the most personal. Fact number 2. The film has helped many people through difficult times. Over the years, countless viewers have shared stories about how the movie affected them. Some watched it while grieving loved ones. Others found comfort in its message about friendship and support. Many saw reflections of their own families within the characters. The film became more than entertainment. For some people, it became a source of healing. Very few movies achieve that level of emotional connection with audiences. The fact that so many people continue turning to it during difficult moments says everything about its lasting impact. Fact number 1. Its legacy has only grown stronger over time. The most remarkable fact of all is that the movie's reputation continues growing. Decades have passed since its release, yet audiences still talk about it. People continue introducing it to younger generations. Favorite scenes remain memorable. Emotional moments still bring tears. Funny moments still bring laughter. The story continues proving that great storytelling never goes out of style. What began as one person's attempt to cope with heartbreak evolved into a film that has touched millions of lives. That is an extraordinary legacy. And there you have it, 15 incredible facts about Steel Magnolias, the beloved film that turned a deeply personal story into a timeless classic. From its origins in real-life heartbreak to its lasting impact on audiences around the world, every part of this movie carries a sense of authenticity that few films ever achieve. Maybe that's why people continue returning to it year after year. It's funny, emotional, heartbreaking, and hopeful all at the same time. More importantly, it reminds us that even during life's most difficult moments, friendship, family, and love can help us find the strength to keep going. Which fact surprised you the most? Let us know, and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating stories behind some of the most unforgettable movies ever made.